So you want to get buff, do ya? Come to the right place, brother. If you clicked on this video, that means you're looking to specifically build just muscle without the fat included. And let me tell you, if you're one of those people who are able to eat whatever they want and they find that you're naturally skinny and no matter what you eat you're unable to gain weight, this is the wrong video for you, my friend. If you're naturally skinny, I have the right video for you, which is called Watch If You're Skinny. Check it out on my channel. But this video is specifically for people either used to be overweight or used to be skinny fat. Basically, they're prone to putting on fat, so they want to know, how the fudge do I put on muscle without putting on fat? And there's a way to do it, and it's called lean bulking, and it's one of the most effective ways to put on muscle, especially if you're a patient and you like having a long-term vision, which is how you should be. That's what this video is going to be about. And before we get into it, I mean, why is this better than a dirty bulk? Like, I personally promote dirty bulks. I like them because I see dirty bulks as kind of like the hoe phase in your life, where everyone eventually has to get through it at least once. And it's not the best time of your life. It's not the time you're most proud of. You certainly were indulging in more things than you should have. Eventually you get that whole phase out of the way, that dirty bulk out of the way, and you look back and you say, wow, that was a fun time. I ate or indulged in everything that I desired. And when you're ready to settle down for a more mature long-term commitment, that's when you end up on this video and you do a lean bulk, right? Because it is more of a long-term thing. It's a lot less sloppy, results in a lot less consequences in the end. You know what I'm talking about. So before we get into these lean bulking tips, please subscribe, leave a like, because I have to delete my freaking channel by the end of the year if I don't hit 1 million subs. So if I'm bringing you hot value all the time, the least you can do is sub to me. Thank you very much. I love you. First, let's define lean bulking. What is it? So pretty much it's the concept of where you're putting on muscle mass very slowly to a point where you are putting on little to no fat with the muscle. You're just building straight lean 99.1 freaking ground beef chicken breast, like straight up just protein, bro. You ever seen those horses that they inject tren into that they look, or those cows that are super jacked on the farm? That's how you're trying to look, right? What's the best time to do this? Ideally, you want to be below 15% body fat. You want to get between 10 and 15% body fat. Now you might be thinking, damn, Ski, that's pretty freaking lean. I'm not even close to that. That's fine. Do it in phases. Eventually you get there. The reason you want to be that lean is because there's literally research showing that, the leaner you are, when you get to this point, you are priming your body to be in a better position to put on muscle. Why? Because of something called insulin sensitivity, right? You have increased insulin sensitivity, which pretty much you're more sensitive to carbohydrates and stuff like that, and, sugars and, glycogen being absorbed in the muscle, and so your body's able to use carbohydrates more efficiently, and you're able to put on muscle a lot more efficiently. I said efficiently twice because it's really efficient. You're in a better position to put on muscle the leaner you are. And another bright side of lean bulking is you can bulk for longer periods of times without having to do a tedious ass 6-month freaking cut where you're starving all the time eating, what do I say every single time? Saltine crackers and tuna. I enjoy doing that. I'm a little bit different. I don't mind eating bland foods. I don't want that for you because you clearly want to enjoy the process. So if you don't want to end up cutting for 8 freaking months and suffering and having to drop your calories to 1,300 a day because you already dropped them so hard just to get 20% body fat, then do yourself a favor and lean bulk. Now let's talk about the calorie and the macronutrient structure, right? How do you set up a lean bulk? Honestly, lean bulking is a lot like cutting. It's a lot like getting the single-digit body fat because it requires the same amount of discipline and the same amount of consistency because it's very slow and you need to be very meticulous, right? Meticulous. Leave a like for a big word. Good job. Big brain Ski, right? So your calorie surplus should be very minimal. I'm talking 250 calories to 500 max over your maintenance. Just like when you're cutting, your deficit should be 250 to 500 below. Pretty much lean bulking is eating the same foods that got you shredded, but in a slightly higher quantity. Like, you ever try to add 500 calories to your day? It's nothing, bro. It's literally 5 bananas. It's literally like a sandwich. It's another small meal. Like, it's not a lot of food. It's just the required amount, the right amount of food to build muscle but not get fatter. So pretty much you still have to be disciplined and you still have to have that long-term vision so you don't freaking get into the habit of overeating all the time and binging and just saying, screw it, I'm dirty bulk. First thing you want to do is find your TDEE. Use a TDEE calculator. I'll leave a link to one in the description. Just make it easier on you so you don't have to do all these formulas. Are they super accurate? They're pretty accurate, give or take, a couple hundred calories. They're a great place to start if you don't know where to start. Find your TDEE, right? Then you're going to add 10 to 20% of that. And if you don't want to do math, 250 to 500 calories. So the best place to start is just add 250 to your maintenance. If your maintenance comes back as 2750, boom, start at 3000. Congratulations, you're lean bulking at 3000 calories. That's one way to go into a lean bulk. If you're transitioning into a lean bulk, from a cut. Let's say you just dieted down, you started your cut at 2,800 calories. Over a 6-month period, you got freaking lean. You hit 10% body fat, right? But now your calories are 1,600. You should do something called reverse dieting, which I can make a separate video on. You don't want to jump straight into like 3,000 calories because your body is in a position to like put on a lot of fat because it's been at a deficit for so long. So you need to gradually increase your calories. The best way to do that, increase your calories by 100 a week. After a month, you're up 400. After 2 months, you're up 800. This is the best way to do like a body recomp, to where you start to fill out, your muscles start to look bigger, you even start to look a little bit leaner, and you pretty much gain little to no fat. And that's how you find your new maintenance. You know, let's say you cut all the way down, you're at 1,600, your new maintenance is 23, add 250, congratulations, now you're starting your lean bulk at 25, 50, even 2,600 calories, and you're not getting fatter. You're just gonna get bigger and stronger. So that's another way to get into it. And the thing that sucks, I know lean bulking is you're barely adding any calories, but this is a sacrifice you make if you want to stay that lean and just put on muscle and look really freaking sick, bro. You want to look like Zac Efron. You want to look like the fudge is his name, Tyler Durden from Fight Club, my favorite movie. So these are the sacrifices you have to make to stay lean. Now, how do you calculate the macros now that you have the calories, right? So you want to stick to the same concept for protein, 1 gram per pound of body weight. Okay, let's say you cut down to 160, you're eating at least 160 grams of protein per day. Next 25% of the calories should be fat. Okay, so if you have, let's say 3,000 calories, 25% of that, do 0.25 times 3,000, whatever that number is, divided by 9, because there's 9 calories per gram of fat. That's how you calculate the grams. The remaining calories after protein and fats are out of the way is carbs, and that'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 50% of your total calories. So if it is 50% of 3,000, that's 1,500 calories. 1,500 divided by 4, because there's 4 calories per 1 gram of carbs. That's how everything converts. So that would be 1,500 divided by 4. Great, I have to do math on camera. Hell yeah. 375 grams of carbs. That is solid, bro. That's enough for rice, fruits, freaking potatoes, maybe even a little bit of pasta. That you're gonna be so happy with that amount of carbs, trust me. So pretty much you still have to make sure that you're eating clean for the most part, because after all, it is, like the name entails, a lean bulk, my brother. Now we're gonna talk about monitoring your weight. Remember how when you were cutting, you had to weigh yourself every day and then take the weekly average and divide it by 7? So pretty much you do that same exact concept for lean bulking. This is how strict you need to be. Just as strict as you were getting freaking shredded, my brother, you still need to keep that same level of discipline. It's another process on the opposite end of the spectrum. So you still want to weigh yourself every morning on an empty stomach, once a day in your underwear. Take your weekly average again, add the 7 days of the week, divide by 7. But this time you want your weekly average to be increasing, not decreasing. You want it to be increasing by like half a pound a week. You should only be aiming to gain 1 to 2 pounds per month max. That's how you know you're not putting on any fat, or very small amounts where it's not even really going to be noticeable until after like 6 to 7 months of doing this. The golden rule is don't gain more than 1% of your body weight per month. So if you weigh 160, don't gain more than 1.6 pounds per month. And you're like, damn, that's nothing. No, dude, if you're gaining just muscle, are you kidding me? 1.6 pounds of lean tissue? Bro, after 4 months, that's if you're doing it like super dialed in and you have great genetic stuff, 6 pounds of muscle, that's a lot. That's a frick ton of muscle. So don't get discouraged on me, okay? It's like a snowball. It starts small, but you start packing up snow, and next thing you know, you got a damn avalanche and you try to jump out of the way because there's so much momentum, right? And you're just jacked as hell and everyone's accusing you of steroids. After, you start gaining 1 to 2 pounds a month. How long do you do this, Ski, right? Now what? So you want to keep lean bulking until you get back to 15 to 20% body fat. Remember the body fat level that you cut down from, you don't want to get back there ever again. So if you cut to 10%, lean bulk until you're 15 to 20, to where you start to notice, all right, maybe I did put on a little bit too much fat, and then you do a mini cut and just cut back down again to 10 to 15%. And the best part is, since you were lean bulking, that could happen in like 4 to 8 weeks. You don't even need to cut for that long. There's no more 16-week freaking cuts. If you discipline yourself every day of your life instead of for only intense cutting seasons, when it comes time to cut, it's so easy and effortless. You just barely have to create a small deficit and you can get shredded again within 4 to 8 weeks. So cycle it like that. Cycle it between bulking and cutting, except you're not dirty bulking and hard cutting. Those are unhealthy for you. If you're lean bulking and mini cutting, dude, this is great. I always say lean bulk for 6 to 9 months and then a mini cut for like 8 weeks max to reset. You want to spend most of your time in a surplus. It's going to be a lot better for your body, for your hormones, for your metabolism. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be always making gains in the gym. You're going to be repairing so you don't get injured, recovering better, and having better sleep. And it's just, everything's better when you're in a surplus. Okay, trust me. Next, let's talk about supplements. Okay, because now that we have when you should lean bulk, how you should do it, how you should set up your calories and macros, when to cut again, how to monitor your weight. Let's talk about supplements, right? Do you need them? Well, they can help you. Okay, they're literally, as the term is, a supplement. They should supplement supplement your journey, basically ice the cake on whatever else you're already doing. The two I'll recommend is whey protein and creatine, because creatine is the best natural supplement you can take, right? There's enough research to prove that, and it's proven to help you gain more muscle mass, right? Even a lot of naturals use it on a cut. So imagine using it on an actual lean bulk. The results would be stupendous. Am I right? Yes, I am. Whey protein, if you struggle to eat more protein, if you just really cannot stomach more chicken and more eggs and more fish, yeah, throw some protein powder in there, you know. And maybe if you enjoy drinking shakes, some people like it for the taste. I know Huge Supplements has a really good flavored it's like a Fruity Pebbles flavored protein that they sent me that I was using that was really gas. By all means, do that. I would say those are the best two. You don't need them. You do not need them by any means. You can make freaking gains without supplements, but if you want to use them, protein and creatine are the best ones. Pre-workout if you want to have a crazy ass workout and go really hard, but not needed by any means. With that being said though, we did just get sponsored by Huge Supplements, so if you guys want to support the channel and help put money in my pocket so I could be more consistent and keep bringing you fire videos like this to help you get jacked, then use code SKI for 10% off your Huge Supplements order, because you are literally saving money too. But if you hate me that much to where you'd rather pay the full price just so I don't get paid, that's fine, bro. Just subscribe to the channel and I hope you get jacked anyways. But like I said, supplements are not needed. If you're gonna buy them, please use code SKI. I love you. Let's talk about the fifth tip: subscribing to my channel. Now, how is this gonna help? Because I'm always uploading videos that are fire in the fitness industry on how to lose fat, how to get jacked, how to do this, how to do that. And so if you want to learn anything about fitness, bro, subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you. So the real next tip is going to be progressive overload. Now that we got all the nutrition aspect covered, what about training, right? What about training? What do you do? I don't care what anyone says. I'm still sticking to full body 3 times a week, because you can still progressively overload that to insane amounts and have enough recovery, because you're only in the gym 3 freaking times a week. It works best on beginners. I'm not going to lie. If you're an advanced lifter, maybe you prefer pull, push, legs, or chest, shoulders, tries, legs, and abs, rest, and repeat. I recommend full body 3 times a week until that routine is just so easy for you. Your body requires such stupid amounts of volume. You have to do more sets to grow. You have to have harder workouts. You need to be in there almost 2 hours for every single day. Then I think you should switch to push-pull legs, or the way I like to split it up is back and buys, chest, shoulders, and tries, legs and abs, rest, or repeat, active rest day. You obviously want to have 2 to 3 compounds per muscle group, and then 1 to 2 accessories, right, per muscle group. And you still want to apply progressive overload. You need to keep track of your progress. Keep a notebook, keep the notes app on your phone, something to keep track of all your lifts. What's the point of eating more calories if you're not pushing the muscle to new heights? Everything works in unison. It's like when the freaking sugar and spice and everything nice and the dumbass professors dumped chemical X in there and the Powerpuff Girls were born. So you need to throw chemical X in that shit, because you already have sugar and spice. That's your nutrition, right? Chemical X is you going hard as fudge in the gym. So you need to push the freaking muscle past its limit. All right, Captain Yummy, surpass your limits, damn it. Please. The best way to progressive overload that I like to use to explain it is the 8 to 15 rep range is my gold standard, right? A lot of people like it too. Find a weight you can only do for 8 reps for the exercise. It's really hard to get 8. Work on that every week until you can eventually get it to 15 reps on that exercise, on that weight. That's how you know you got stronger. And once you can get 15, 16, bump the weight up to a weight you can only do 8 reps again, and then rinse and repeat that shit, baby. That's progressive overload in a nutshell. So if you're giving your body more fuel, you got to also increase the output, get stronger, and that's how you're going to get more muscle, because you're giving your body a reason to build more muscle by increase the work output. Okay, now all these tips are good, but you need one that is extremely important. This cannot be overlooked. It's a freaking pie, and all the slices are almost equally the same, and without one of those slices, the pie is incomplete. You need recovery. Recovery is so freaking important. When you're cutting, the difference of a few extra hours of sleep can help you lose an extra pound in your freaking sleep, right? Sleep is important. This is the first thing for recovery. Okay, when you're pushing your muscles that hard in the gym, you need to rest them. You need to make sure they're recovering. You should not be sore for extended periods of time. That means you are not recovering. Okay, if you're sore for longer than 2 to 3 days max, you're either going too hard, you're not eating enough, or you're not sleeping enough, bro, or your freaking cortisol is through the roof because you're stressed out about your girlfriend that might be cheating on you. And even if she is, bro, who cares? You should have a freaking Yusuf's hard style and babies is blasting in your ear off so much pre-workout at the gym that you can't even focus if she's with another guy. It doesn't even matter. You're just trying to bench this 315. This is what people don't understand. Muscles grow outside of the gym. You break them down in the gym, they grow outside of the gym from everything else you do. When you're in the gym, you're tearing the muscle fibers. That's not where the growth happens. That's where you break it the frick down. If you want it to repair efficiently, you need to sleep more. You need to drink more water, hydrate over a gallon a day. You need to be resting, recovering, using a massage gun, whatever the frick it is, bro. Like, you need to be stretching. That's another really good one. You need to be going on walks every now and then. Remove the lactic acid from your muscles. I'm not kidding. This is not a meme. This is not monk ass. This is not Kappa Pride. This is not freaking Keck W's, bro. This is real. You need to take your recovery as serious as you take your training, okay, please. And that's how you're gonna ensure a good amount of muscle growth. I have a friend who's a bodybuilder, and this guy has made so many gains in the last year, and I just talked to him and he said for the last 365 days exactly, he has gotten 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single night. He didn't miss a freaking night. This guy's legs blew up this year, his shoulders got way bigger. He probably put on like 30 pounds. Out of my entire friend group, he made the most gains. Why is that? Maybe because he takes it seriously and he's actually sleeping the right amount, not messing around as he's in the gym, and he's not talking for 20 minutes in between all his sets. Take that into consideration. Now, another thing I want to add as far as lean bulking is you should still stay active. Since the goal is to be in a lean bulk, you should still do occasional cardio. I know if you did a lot of cardio while you were getting shredded, don't just go to completely zero cardio. That's the worst thing you can do, okay? That's why a lot of people, they drop their activity levels, they stop doing their 30 minutes on the treadmill, and they wonder, bro, I'm only eating 2,500 calories, but why am I putting on fat again? You need to walk. You need to continuously be walking, bro, or be moving throughout the day. If you ended your cut at 45 minutes of cardio a day, then you should be bulking on like 15 or 20 still, at least half that amount. That's going to ensure that you don't go extremely overboard with your calories too. So you should also be doing that cardio. Now, the last freaking tip on how you're going to lean bulk into oblivion and get jacked without being fat is be patient. This is the most important one because fat loss is so much faster and easier physically than muscle gain. Maybe it's harder mentally, sure, because you're dealing with hunger pains and temptations and cravings and this, and I want to eat that, blah, 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 and she's naked and this, you know, so muscle gain takes a long friggin' time. It takes a while to put on quality muscle, quality lean tissue. You have to do a shit ton of work. It gets to the point where lifting is almost not enjoyable anymore because of how hard you have to push yourself in the gym and how much you have to be willing to eat clean foods consistently throughout the day. And that's fine because we're sacrificing so we can look a certain way, so we can feel a certain way. It's purpose over pleasure, and you should be freaking proud of it. You should be proud that it's hard and you're going to do it anyways. You're not one of those people, you know, always after a shortcut in life. You're willing to do the work, and that's why you're going to see the freaking results and other people are not. And one day they're going to say, damn it, bro, how did you get so jacked, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you why. It's because I didn't take a freaking shortcut like you did. I wasn't looking for ways to cut corners. I did everything by the book. I put my freaking blood, sweat, and tears into that shit, and I earned what I have. Okay, that's the way, and that's how you do it. So be proud. It's going to take a while. Be patient. It is, you know, you'll probably have a year where you have to lean bulk very consistently and have everything dialed in before you get really jacked. That's fine. That's your freaking apprenticeship year, bro. You're learning constantly. You're putting in the work. You're becoming better. So eventually you could teach others after you create the best version of yourself, damn it. And that's what it's all about. Just to recap some points, lean bulking is when you mainly focus on putting on muscle with minimal amounts of fat. It's most optimal between the 10 and 15% body fat range. It's better than dirty bulking because dirty bulking can ruin your hormones and actually reduce the amount of muscle you put on. And you have to cut for long ass periods of time after. It makes it tedious. Your calorie surplus should be like 10 to 20% over your TDE. So basically no more than 250 to 500 calories over your maintenance. Stick to 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. 25% of your calories come from fat and the remainder should be carbohydrates, baby. Monitor your weight every day the same as you would as if you were on a diet. Add up every 7 days and divide by 7 and take your weekly average. Your weight should be increasing by no more than 1 to 2 pounds per month or 1% of your total body weight per month. You should cycle bulking and cutting. So you should be lean bulking until you're over 15 to 20%, doing a mini cut for 4 to 8 weeks until you're back to 10 to 15, and repeating that process. You don't need supplements, but the ones that will help you the most are whey protein, creatine monohydrate, maybe a pre-workout if you want, and use code SkiHuge supplements if you want to get any of those. Please, thank you, I love you. Subscribe to this channel because it's going to get you extremely jacked, right? As if I didn't say that enough this video already. Use progressive overload, keep track of your lifts, stay in the 8 to 15 rep range, 2 to 3 compounds per muscle group, 1 to 2 accessories per muscle group. Start with a 3-day full body routine, and eventually once it gets super easy, switch to push-pull legs, aka back, bis, chest, shoulders, tries, legs and abs, rest, repeat. Boom. Incorporate cardio just as if you were trying to diet, but maybe half the amount because you still want to use cardio as a tool to regulate the amount of calories that your body is burning and that you're consuming every day, so you make sure you don't get too fat over time. Recovery is just as important as working out. You need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to walk more, you need to drink more water, you need to stretch, you need to do everything possible to prevent injury and to recover as much as possible. And last but not least, be patient because this is going to be a long freaking journey, way longer than dieting, way longer than any other process. Even dirty bulking is a lot shorter. I think lean bulking is it's a never-ending journey. You know, you're always trying to put on more muscle, and then eventually you do a new mini cut and you say, these muscles grew, but now these are my weaknesses. And then you prioritize those for the lean bulk. So ongoing process, my brother. Be proud that you have the mental bandwidth and discipline to put in the work, and you know, you're going to achieve your freaking results. You're going to get to where you want to be. It's only a matter of time. So stop counting the days and start counting the amount of habits that you need to build on the way there, because eventually you're going to look in the mirror and say, damn, I'm so proud of the person I became, and that's why I look the way I do. So that being said, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I know it was extremely long, but I didn't really want to leave out any key details to this. So, you know, lean bulking is very, very tedious, and I'm sure there's still some stuff that I left out, but do your own self-research too. Don't just take everything I say, okay? Take this video with a grain of salt. I give pretty decent advice, but there's other really good people out there, other good channels. Check them out, find what works for you, be as informed as possible, learn as you go too. I really hope this video brought you guys some value. I appreciate everyone that views this video so much. Over 200,000 subscribers now. We're continuously growing. We're chasing that 1 million. Can you guys believe it? It feels like just yesterday we hit 1,000, and this is pretty insane. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. This is really sick, and I'm very fortunate to be in this position, and I'll see you guys on the next video. This is SkiMaskDuets signing out. Let's create the best version of ourselves and the most jacked, lean bulked version of ourselves to give to the world, okay? Peace.